Hello student, today we are going to continue chapter 2 biological classification. Student, in my previous video we have discussed about kingdom Monera and kingdom Protista. Our today topic is kingdom fungi. First of all we read the characteristic of kingdom fungi. Student, we all know that kingdom fungi include a unique group of heterotrophic and eukaryotic organisms which do not have chlorophyll, hence they cannot prepare their food. So fungi, the first characteristic is they include eukaryotic organisms. They have specific membrane bound cell organelles and distinct nucleus, and they are mostly multicellular, but some are unicellular also. For example, yeast is a unicellular fungi. We read that they do not have chlorophyll, so they are heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Actually student, fungi could be parasitic, saprophytic or symbiotic. Okay, and they prefer warm and moist places to grow. And fungi found in air, in water, in soil, on animals and plant. And a student, in fungi cell wall is present, and the cell wall is made of chitin or polysaccharide, and it is very important. In fungi the cell wall is made up of chitin and polysaccharides. Now we read the structure of fungi. Student, most fungi grow as hypha. Hypha is what? A long cylinder thread-like structure. An interconnected network of hypha is called mycelium. Actually, this thread-like structure is hypha. And you see here, and it is very important also, that hypha is two type. Septid hypha, which have septa present, and non-septid hypha. Here you see in this picture A, this hypha have septa present, septid hypha. Okay, and this is non-septid hypha, and a group of a hypha is called mycelium. Interconnected, here you see interconnected network of hypha is called mycelium. So mycelium is a thread-like, a group of a thread-like structure. This is the inner structure of mycelium. Okay, hypha. This is a single thread-like structure which we call hypha, and here you see vacuoles is present, and this is a growing tip. They have cell wall which is made up of chitin and polysaccharides. They have cell membrane, Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, nucleus, endoplasmic reticulums. So this is the inner structure of the hypha. An interconnected network of hypha is called mycelium. Okay, whenever we are talking about mycelium, that means we are talking about the complete interconnected of hypha. Now we read about the nutrition in fungi. Now fungi nutrition. Student, we read that fungi do not have chlorophyll. So they are showing heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Student, fungi could be parasitic, saprophytic or symbiotic. Mainly they are saprophytic. That means they live on dead and decaying organic matter. Okay. And the one that live and depend on the living plant and animal are called parasitic. And the live in association with other organisms are called symbiotic. Here you see fungi, some are saprophytic, that means feed on dead and decomposed matter. Some are parasitic, that means depend on the living plant and animal. And some are symbiotic relationship, that means they live in an association with other organisms. For example, lichen. Lichen is association of algae and fungi, and such relationship is called symbiotic relationship. Now we read fungi reproduction. Reproduction in fungi. Student, fungi reproduce both by asexual and sexual means. Asexual reproduction is by various means like budding, fission and fragmentation, and by spores formation. Student, first of all we talk about asexual reproduction in fungi. Asexual reproduction is by spores. What is spores? These are the small particles ejected from reproductive organ which are capable of giving rise to new organisms. And these spores are cornea, sporangiospores or zoospores. Reproduction by mycelium fragmentation. Student, you know about fragmentation and mycelial. Mycelia is when the hypha interconnected. The network is formed and this network is called mycelium. So student, these mycelium separated into pieces which is turned from a new one. Budding is very common in a yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungi. In budding, new organisms developed and remain attached to the parent organism. Once it grow, it get detached from the parents. Now we read sexual reproduction in fungi. Student, actually in fungi, the sexual cycle involves three steps: plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis. It's very important also that the sexual cycle involved three steps: plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis. Student, we understand these three steps with the help of this diagram. Student, in first plasmogamy, what happened? Here you see in this pictures that in two hypha there is a formation of gametes. And student, fusion of protoplasm of two motile gametes or non-motile gametes are called plasmogamy. What is plasmogamy? Fusion of two gametes. Here you see when the protoplasm is fused, this is plasmogamy. So fusion of protoplasm of two gametes is called plasmogamy. Firstly, two gametes come closer and they fused. This is called plasmogamy. Then here you see when they fused, the nucleus moved here and this stage is called dikaryons. Okay, actually what happened? Fusion of two nuclei called karyogamy. Okay, what is karyogamy? Fusion of two nuclei. Here you see this N fused together and formed 2N. Okay, diploid condition. So here what happened? Karyogamy. Fusion of two nuclei is called karyogamy and it lead to the formation of zygote. Now the next one is, here we are saying that zygote or oospores. Meiosis in oospores resulting haploid spores, because meiosis is a reductional division. Meiosis is a reductional division. That means the number of chromosomes remain half. Here oospores have 2N chromosomes, diploid condition. So after meiosis, 4 daughter cells is formed and they all are haploid. So the first step is plasmogamy, then karyogamy and then meiosis. In plasmogamy, fusion of protoplasm; karyogamy, fusion of nucleus; and meiosis, that means formation of haploid spores. I hope you understand.